got just a few things I want to hit on here before we get going into questions. Good to be with you all. Thank you for coming over here today. So the first thing I just wanted to mention is a little bit sad. When you are, many of us are parents in here, and we have, many of you guys have probably moved for a job. And, when you move for a job and you have kids, one of the first things you think about is, okay, how's my kids, how are my son or daughter, how are they going to adjust a new place? And in particular, how are they going to adjust to a new school? And my 7-year-old, she can get a little bit nervous at times. And 2 years ago when we moved here, she loved the school that she was a part of at Butler in Indianapolis. And 2 years ago when she moved here, she was obviously really nervous. And the school that she was a part of, the principal there, was just unbelievable. His name is Chris Kalaris, and Chris passed away on Saturday. So I didn't, So obviously, I didn't know Chris well, but sorry. But I think anybody who takes care of your kids means a lot to you. So he was tremendous in the Wycliffe community, and our deepest condolences to his family. All right, sorry for that, but I did want to mention Chris. His last name is Collaros. Okay, moving forward, super happy for Mike Schrage and his family. Mike was a tremendous asset for us for a number of years, dating back to Butler. And I tell you, he was ready for this opportunity. Mike's a guy that, a couple years ago when we were looking to hire him, he was really considering whether or not he was going to continue to coach. So really happy for Mike on his move to Elon. I think Elon hired a fantastic coach. Amanda, Andrew, Sophie, they're gonna really enjoy the Schrage family. It's always a little bit bittersweet when you lose a staff member, and we're super happy for them. So I mentioned to you guys after the season that I thought potentially we could lose one or two guys, and that almost happened. So I'll leave it at that for now, but super happy for Mike. I also want to mention Caleb Wesson has added his name for consideration for the 2019 NBA draft. He's going to go through the process, and while also retaining his eligibility. I want to make that clear, that he is going to go through this process and maintain his NCAA eligibility. But I fully support him in going through this process. And you know, we're going to walk through it with him. So that process has begun about a week ago, and we'll see where it leads. We've begun to gather some information from the advisory committee for guys that are going through this process, and that's been helpful, and it'll continue to be as we go through it. But I know Caleb is anxious to get feedback. Lastly, I just want to thank our fans for their support this year. It was certainly a year full of certainly some ups and certainly some downs, but we're super grateful for the support of our fans, and feel really excited about the health of our program, and yet also realize that we have to make significant growth and improvement in so many ways, and that'll be our charge here in the off season.